Hey, happy Saturday, guys. Good morning. Thanks for hanging out in the stream. Mouse, how you doing? Take 6, how you doing? You guys are having a great Saturday morning. Yeah, I was actually, I put this, Diesel, how you doing? Thanks for joining, man. I have this music that basically came from YouTube. It's all free use music. And I put it like on a shuffle. So whatever comes out, comes out. So yeah, this morning was actually pretty good, pretty mellow. There was actually a tune in there that kind of sounded a little Hendrixy, which was good. So I was actually digging it. So it's funny you said that. Hey, Bruce, how you doing? I bought you a plane. Hey, Dennis, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Yeah, I agree. It sounded really good this morning. Anyway, got a lot on tap for Saturday. Sorry I missed Thursday's stream. I had some stuff going on. So, wasn't able to do that, but I'm going to make up for today. A lot going on, man, in the world of VR, big time. If you're into VR, we're going to be talking about that a little bit. The HP Reverb G2 and this ongoing debate about whether the Quest 2 is up to the challenge of the HP Reverb Q2. So I have like a little bit of pros, or I have a comparison kind of prepared that we're going to go over just to nip this thing in the bud. Cracker, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Techie, thanks for joining. Appreciate you guys checking the stream out. So let's get this music off here and get to it. So what's on tap for today? Let's see. So we're going to talk about progress in OnAir, both my personal company, if you will, and the virtual airline that I started, VR Aviation Air. Yesterday, I purchased a Longitude for the airline, which was cool. Got a really good deal on it. Unfortunately, though, it's pretty far away from our home FBO, so we're going to have to fly it there today. And where I purchased it, there's no gas, so we'll talk about that a little bit. But we may also get into, once we do that and get it back to Kingman, which is about a 400-mile flight, we may do some scenic flights too, like some places that I haven't seen. So we might do that. Talk about the FS 2020 developers update that came out on the 24th. Not a patch. They just did a blog post with updates on features that they're working on and stuff. So we'll talk about that. HP, like I mentioned, the HP Reverb G2 update. They've got ship dates now, and some enhancements they talked about, which is actually really, really cool enhancements. As I mentioned, I want to get into this debate about the Quest 2 with Oculus Link versus the HP Reverb 2 and give you my thoughts on that after doing research on that. Also want to talk about a stream that I saw, EVGA, who's a GPU maker, graphics card, third-party graphics card. I forget what they call them, enhancer or whatever. And I actually used EVGA cards. I kind of like them because their cooling methods are pretty good. They had this live stream a couple days ago with FS 2020 running on a 3090, and it was really interesting to watch. And I got some thoughts on that too. But so we'll talk about that. But before we get into all that, please, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification buttons, and this way you'll get notification when I'm streaming or if I post a new video. I've got a couple of videos that I've been trying to finish up that are hopefully going to be up this week. One is for those interested in FS Economy, I did a top 10 ways to earn money or increase your net worth in FS Economy. So for beginners in FS Economy, it's kind of like a blueprint for what to do and what not to do to help you get started there. So that's coming, and a couple other things. But also in this video here, if you could hit the thumbs up or thumbs down, whichever you choose, that really helps out. I appreciate that. And if you'd like to support the channel, there's a little join button below the stream here that you can hit, and I think it's $1.99 a month. You'll get custom chat emojis and my appreciation for your support. So appreciate all that. And if you want to fly with us, they're going to be in the East US server in FS 2020 We're going to be taking off from KGNG, flying the Longitude with the VR Aviation livery that Sly Robocop created for me, which I really do appreciate. It looks really awesome. So we'll be doing that. So anyway, that's what's planned for today. Lots to get into. Steve, how you doing? Good morning to you. So lots to get into today. You subbed like a Russian submarine. Thanks, Techie. I appreciate that. That's good. Anyway, so let's start with the update on OnAir. So basically, I changed my company name because it was VR Aviation, so I changed it to BAM Tech because it was getting confusing with the virtual airline, which is called VR Aviation. So and actually to do that, there's no simple way to do that. You actually have to email support, and they actually got back to me within 20 minutes, and they had changed it, which is cool. So changed the company name, but I've been grinding out flights using the Challenger 300 and X-Plane 11. Major grinding to increase revenue. You don't see the cash here, okay, because I transferred most of the cash to we go to the virtual airline VR Aviation, $1 million in cash. But not just that, we've got now I have 3 airplanes, 3 aircraft. Got the TBM 930, which we bought the other day, the Asobo Ti SC2, which we bought last stream as well, and then I purchased this this Longitude, which was actually a really good deal. Only 5,795 hours, which is great, and really good, engine and condition, frame condition. 2.2 million. So it was actually a really good deal. Only problem is it's at an airport that doesn't have any fuel, and there's about 120 gallons of fuel in there. So we're going to have to take it to a nearby airport that's got an FBO with some gas so we can fill it up, and then we'll try to find a flight that'll take us down to Kingman, KIGM, which is where our hub is for right now for the VR Aviation group. Now I'm the only person in the group right now, but so we're we're getting closer. There's been some updates in OnAir. They've actually changed it so that only the founder can change roles, which is good. So that was a recent update, but I'm still not sure if a manager can boot the founder. So I got to check into that. So there's still some things that have to be fixed in the virtual airline, but I know I've got a number of folks that want to take part and be pilots. So we may get into that soon as I'm starting to learn more things about this. Like, for example, if we look at, I think it's under properties. Nope. Under operations, yeah. So basically, what you can do is once you accept someone, you can manage them. And when you manage them, you can give them authorization to planes, which is what I've done for these planes. So basically, you can take, I'm pretty sure, I haven't done this yet, we're going to find out today. You can have no rent, like I have no rent on the Longitude. So but if I go to my company page, BAM Tech, I'm able to use that plane. So that's a cool thing. But there's still, like I mentioned, there's still some things that have to be ironed out in OnAir virtual airlines before we kind of open it all up. But the good news is, if you take a look at this, I've invested $4 million. That's where my money is going. So I got $4 million here, and what, 400,000 in my company. So 4.4 million is what I've made so far, and most of that has been grinding out Challenger flights. Now I've had flights like 400, like they're basically $450,000, and one was actually $525,000, which were multi-hop and the 525 one, I think it was like 2,200 miles by the time I got done with it, back and forth, back and forth. And I had to like find other jobs to supplement going back. So it was kind of a grind to do, but those big flights like that, because the Challenger is so has such a capacity and range, it really helped build up the money. So, hey, Sly Roba, yeah, I mentioned before I'm going to be flying the I'm going to be using the VR Aviation livery today, and I mentioned that you had created that, so appreciate that. Uh, Alan, how you doing? Good morning to you, and thanks for joining the stream. So basically, that's where we are as far as the progress with OnAir. I'm going to be giving away a 1 month subscription later today in the stream too, so stay tuned for that. So anyway, yeah, so this is coming along. Just take some time, you know. So let's go back to my company, all right, and no, it's the first one you sent me. I haven't had time to look at that, bud. All right, so let's go back to let's see. So what the hell was I thinking? Okay, so oh yeah, so if I go here and I'm back in my company, right? So you can see these 3 planes, because I've authorized BAM Tech, BAM-T in the VA, I now have access to fly all of these, which is cool, right? So I can basically there's no rent on this one. I think I have rents on these, but you can set the timing on the. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. So let's go back to here. Yeah, let's go back to here. I want to just ask for you guys that are involved with the virtual airlines. If we go to aircraft, if we go to more and details. So this is basically the rental details. So basically, allow rent to players for X amount of money per hour, and the latest return. So you can set this for whatever date you want. The problem I have here with this is, and again, I'm going from my FS20, my FSE brain. FS Economy has a limit in the number of hours that you can rent a plane. So in other words, you could set it, and most times you set it for like 5 hours. So that means if someone like rents your plane and forgets about it, right? Your plane isn't stuck with them. It seems here that you have to constantly change this return date because there's no like hour limitation. So like at first I'm like, okay, well what I'll do is I'll just set it for like, December 2023 or something, and then I don't have to worry about it. But that's a problem because then someone could rent your plane and just hold on to it for for 2 years, 3 years. So that doesn't work. So they really need to. I think they need to implement like an hour maximum, so that you can limit the amount of time that a person rents your plane. Or the other option is to have a rent option or a lease option, right? So basically, you could allow hourly rent, which would would expire after like number of hours, 8 hours, whatever it is, 12 hours. Or you could have a lease option, and that would be like a monthly charge for a period of time. You could easily implement that in here, and that would actually be pretty cool to do. So I'm going to make a suggestion on that, but I just saw that as like sort of a whole. So you have to be careful when you're renting because you don't want to do it too far out, because if you want to use the plane, it won't be available to you. So that's one of the issues I saw there. And I didn't see any way around that. So maybe I'm missing something that you guys have seen. So in any event, yeah. So let's go back to. Well, actually, while we're in here, because we're gonna let's see. I want to see if there's any jobs. Mouse, how you doing? Are you able to fly the airline in this airline? Yeah. Am I able, like personally? I'm not. The 320 is the A320 is what I want to fly. That's probably the next plane I'm going to conquer in this. I don't think it's too difficult to fly. There's just a few things in the system that I'm going to have to get used to. But yeah, that's certainly one that I want to look at. All right, so if we go to world, we're going to go find job. Well, actually, we could just go to GNG because that's where this plane is, right? Now, like I said, it's got 120 gallons of fuel, and there's no jet fuel here, so that's a problem. So I know nearby there's KJER, which has fuel because I checked that out ahead of time. So let's do specific, and let's do KJER and see if we can get a little. See, it's right here. It's a quick flight. I think it's like 20 miles, and we can get gas there. But let's just do a query and see if we can find a job there, so we can just pick it up. Oh, that's kind of cool. So let's see. So we can do these two. This one's on a timer, so we won't be able to do that. So I'm going to basically take these two, even though it's only 700, 800 bucks or 750 bucks. We'll take them, right? Okay. So now what happens is that's now marked for the VR Aviation virtual airline. Okay. So basically, that's free. Those are set only for members of the airline. So if I go back to my company or my pilot, I should say, this is really my pilot. If I go to, they should have a thing in here for they should have something in here for like VA jobs, so you can just basically see them. Maybe there is, and I don't know about it. Let's see. Oh yeah, cool. So if you bring up this job, it'll show any VA job. So the green one means that it's a VA job. Hey Steve, maybe you could get Jennifer Aniston or Ricky Fowler on board for some charter trips. Ricky Fowler, you're a golfer, I guess, Steve. Hey, I like Ricky. I like Ricky a lot, actually. All right, so these are both VA jobs, which I'm going to be able to grab, but I don't know why. This job is provided to you by your. Okay, so I guess I could just go if I go to CN. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go here. All right, and let's look at search aircraft because we need a plane first. Or actually, I guess I could just go here, but there's our aircraft. You can see it's owned by VR Aviation. So we're going to go. Actually, I could just do this, right? And then I could. This is the plane, right? Very little fuel, all right. But I got two jobs now here for JER, which is where we're going. Okay, no FBO, so we're going to have to live on 120 gallons of fuel. All right, we're gonna. That's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to be. Gold Rake, how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate it. Good morning to you. That's the way it's going to be, right? So we're going to go to KJER. All right, and we don't need a co-pilot for this plane, which is great. It's amazing. You need one for the Challenger, but you don't need one for this. But don't tell OnAir because I don't want to have to pay for a co-pilot. Anyway, so while this is loading up here, let me get rid of this. And now what we need to do is do this. You guys can't see what I'm doing here. This is all behind the scenes stuff here. All right. So now what we need to do is let's go into Sky Vector. All right. Hopefully you can see that, Sky Vector. And we're going to go to KJER. All right. A little short little flight. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Short little flight. Boom. All right. So we'll just check out and see if we have a waypoint here to line us up with the, and we do, 11 nautical miles. So a 21-mile trip. So 120, where is it? There it is. 120 gallons of gas should be plenty to get us there. Okay. So that's going to be our quick trip here. We've got elevation, let's see, 4,000 feet, and here we're at almost 4,000. So I like to be at about 3,000 above altitude so I can see the runway in 2D. So we'll fly at 7,000 feet. And quick hop, skip, and a jump, and we'll get there to get some cash. And then we'll check out the jobs there to go to Kingman. All right, so let's get into this. And there's the, I want to go here and change this a little bit. Here, I want to go to ATC options. Tail number is N328 Charlie Lima for Challenger, or sorry, Citation Longitude. And we'll close that out. A Cobra 0289. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Don't forget to hit that notification button. This way you'll find out when I'm streaming. But I do appreciate the follow. All right, so let's go to K. Now here's a problem that they need to fix. They broke. All right. You notice how there's no waypoints or any information about navigation. Every single time you boot up flights FS 2020, you have to go into, what is this? I'm sorry. You have to go into filters, all right? Open filters and scroll down here and turn on the stuff for navigation every single time. Unless I do this. That sets a default. Okay. Yeah, so you got to set it every single time. It doesn't save it. Haven't figured out a way to save it. All right. All right, so we're going to go cold and dark today, so I want to go here. And we're going to fly to KJER. I could enter this in the, actually, you know what? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We'll just go here. We'll enter this into the G5000 on the bird itself. All right, so I want to be a little later than there. The flight conditions, all players, boom, preset, few clouds, fine. If you guys want to join me on the East USA server, I'm going to be at the CGNG, Gooding Municipal. All right, so let's get this one cranking, because we're going to go cold and dark today. And you can see, oh, let me get, oh, what am I doing here? I got my Sky Vector on. You can see OnAir is ready to go. So, yeah, sorry, you guys didn't see all that stuff I was doing there. But yeah, so basically the filters, the nav filters, you have to reset every time you run FS 2020, which is a major pain in the ass. They broke a lot of stuff in that last update. They really did, which is unfortunate. All right, so here we go. All right, we are cold and dark. So let's just check out the livery here. Here we go. There we go. There's the VR Aviation livery. Looking nice. 328 Charlie Lima. Pretty cool. Hey, Jay, how you doing? Good morning to you. Your trial expired. Oh, no. Now you have to wait until payday. Oh, no. Sorry to hear that. Well, we're going to be giving away a 1-month subscription, so maybe you have a chance to win that today. We're going to be doing that a little bit later. All right, so let's get into our checklist. Our expanded checklist, okay? All right, so we're going to go power parking brake is set. Come on, tick item. Battery switches are on. Boom, autopilot. Boom. Generator on. Beautiful. APU start. Okay, beautiful. Let's see, the APU stabilizes at 98%. You can hear it winding up there. Want that to come up. Auxiliary power unit. All right, we're at 100% there, so we're good. APU bleed to normal. Let's see that. Where's that? All right, that's already set to normal. Good. Gen is APU gen switch. Put that on. External power should be off. It is off. Just want to turn it on in case. Doesn't let me turn it off, so it's off. And batteries should show charging, and they are. So we're good there. All right, page 1 complete. Let's go to the next page. All right, power levels to idle. Let's just see those, which they are at idle. And we're gonna open up the engine cover, open up the guards here. Right engine to run, and right engine start. Okay. Good, good. Let's check out the engine and monitor that. We want to see the ITT come up. You can see N2 percentage coming up. You have your channel on for in-flight entertainment as my own Caribbean tour with a TBM. Oh, okay. Are you doing one of those flights where you earn all the XP? TBM's a good plane to use to do that with. I haven't done any of those past level 3. After level 3, I just kind of... All right, so we're good. It looks like we're good here. N1, N2 is good. All right, so we're all good there. Tick. Let's see. Power levels to idle. Yes, 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 yes. Engine to run. Hit the start button. Okay. Let's check out and monitor the second engine. See it coming up. You can hear it coming up. All right, I think we're good on the engines. And that's it. Page complete. So that's it for the checklist. Okay. Everything else we have to worry about on our own. All right. So we've got our electrical on. All that's good. We got our generators on. We got the power on. We're gonna have to enter our flight. One thing I like to do is go up here to the upper panel. I like to turn the panel lights on so you could see. We want to get our landing lights on, taxi lights on, all our lights on. Okay, seatbelts are in off so that none of this stuff works. Tail flow that we don't need that. Okay, all good there. All right, so all the essentials. Let's get rid of the yokes. We won't need icing, de-icing on this flight because we're only going to fly at 7,000. Yeah, I do like the regeneration feature. I just found that the cash that you get, like 19K or 17K, doesn't really make sense because if you fly a larger plane like a Challenger or a Longitude, you can make more money and you can generate the XP. It's sort of like, but my OCD part of me, I do have a little OCD. is telling me, oh, you got to finish those jobs. You can't have any jobs on your board. So it's like, I don't know. I'm like torn whether I'm going to do them. All right, so I think we're all good there as far as the plane running. So we're good. All right. So what we need to do now is we need to enter our what do you call it? Our flight plan. So let's get to, I want to turn on FMS here first. There you go. So we're going to, nav source is going to be FMS. Big important thing. All right. And let's go to here. And we're going to go flight, add origin, and it's going to be K, G, and G, right? Enter. Destination is K, J, E, R. Enter. And our waypoint, can't remember what the hell it was. Lahu. L, where is it? L, Lima, Alpha, Hotel, Echo, Whiskey. Enter. All right, we're going to fly at 7,000, we said, right? No, I don't want to do that. Because we want to be actually, yeah, 7,000 is fine. Sorry. All right, so that's it. That's our whole Megillah right there. Beautiful. Back to home. All right. And it's not about the cash, but you fly for the XP. Yeah, you use them for general guide. Yep. It's fun to do, too. I mean, it's fun to do, too. I want to do the Caribbean one. I think that would be kind of cool. That's probably the one I'm going to do. Yeah, so I totally agree with you. But I also want to get them off my board. Like, I don't like... Where is it? I don't like having them. Like, if I look here, I don't like having them there. I want to get them off my board. All right, so anyway, let's go over here. Do I have to do this again now? Oh, crap. So go to here. All right, so K, J, E, R. All right, that's all good to go. All right, let's get rid of that. All right, so our waypoints entered in. Let's look at, we're going to go, hey, how you doing, Gold Rate? Regenerate them to the line. Yeah. I totally agree with you, and I've been doing that. The problem is there's always one in there that's like 1,200 miles. So it's like, you know. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it eventually. I'm going to do it. All right, so flight director on, nav on. We will try to use the FLC today. We're going to set our altitude at 7K. We're going to fly VFR today for this flight. All right, we're going to go to 7K. And we'll set our manual speed, and we're going to go at 100. Well, we'll go at 200. Actually, we'll go at 220. 225. Make a decision. 225. All right, so that's all good there. There's no yaw damper on here, right? No. Yeah, it's a jet. No, I don't think you have yaw dampers on jet. Yeah, they never go. Yeah, I know they never go off. Yeah, the thing about it is when the VA, when you're flying for the virtual airline, I think the pilot assumes the skill tree of the virtual airline. Not sure, but yeah, I have to do it. I totally agree. I'm going to do it eventually. All right, so we're all good there. Our autopilot is set. Our flight director is set. GPS is set. This is a short flight. We're just basically going to get gas. So let's get on air in here. We're going to go boom. Okay. Oh, problem detected. Look at this. Abort flight. I forgot to change it to Forgot to change the what do you call it? Settings. Global settings, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Do I need to offset? Flying in the west, it might be... I'm going to offset a little bit. Hey, Jason, thanks for the subscription, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for following the channel. Very nice of you. All right, so now I got to go back and do this again. Oh, and do this. And do this. And do this. And do that. You planned it so you could take public transportation overnight and rent a plane when I got... oh, yeah. Crash detection not active. What? Oh, the new update. You got to have crash detection on? Okay. So let's go to... what is that under? Traffic, I guess? No. Flight model? Crash detection not detected. Mm-hmm. Thank you. It's in assistance. So I guess it's crash damage. So Thunder is now requiring you to have crash damage enabled. What about these other things, I wonder? We'll see. I have those all off. All right, now we're good. Start tracking.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Okay, so we're good there. All right, so we need to get this quick flight to... Let's see where the hell we are here. To Kingman. So we're going to taxi... Going to about face and taxi. All right, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, transportation is a downer, I agree. They did change that your relocation is instantaneous now. It doesn't take, 5 days or whatever it used to be. All right, so let's get the parking brake off. We're going to taxi. And we should be good to go here. We'll have to go on the grass. That's a hard turn right there. That's a full rudder turn. So it's not even... What the hell? The ground handling sucks in this simulator. I don't care what anybody says. It's terrible. All right. Plane looks pretty damn good, though, Sly Robo. It really does. All right. Yeah, exactly. Handles like crap, but you won't care. Look at this. I got a full rudder there. You got to be kidding me. Are you kidding me? I'm in this guy's farm, for Christ's sake. That was full left rudder, and it can't make that turn. That little turn. Oh, these are differentials? Oh. Thank you. Once again, pilot error. All right. I haven't flown this plane in a while. I don't think auto throttle works until you're above 400 feet, if I remember correctly. So let's get ramped up here. Gotta be careful how much gas I burn here. Let's go. Because I didn't need them. But it probably would have been wise to use them, Steve. That way I didn't have to do that. Although it was my fault because I wasn't using... You can't adjust the rudder settings right now, Bill, because the sensitivity doesn't work. They broke it in the last... And I already had it adjusted. What? Come on, man. I got it full throttle. This plane. Are you kidding me? Full throttle.
Stall. Stall.
What is going on?
Stall. Stall. Stall.
This is full throttle.
Airborne time locked.
That was unbelievable. This plane. All right, let's see what happens when I put on autopilot and auto throttle.
Salt Lake Center, Cessna November, Tree 28 Charlie Lima is type Cessna C700 3 miles
Oh,
east of
only
Kilo
one
Golf,
engine. What
November
happened to my
Golf.
other engine?
Request flight following.
Cessna November, Tree 28 Charlie Lima, Salt Lake Center. Squawk 0056.
Squawk 0056 Cessna 8 Charlie Lima.
For some reason the other engine didn't start up.
Cessna 8 Charlie Lima radar contact 4 miles east of Kilo Golf, November Golf, 5,500 feet. Altimeter 29
Good call, dude.
902.
Well, we'll get there in one.
Copy Cessna 8 Charlie Lima.
Gears up. Gears up. Auto throttle's off. I want to fly this myself right now. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. I thought I started the other engine. I guess it died? Luckily, this is a quick flight, and we can figure out what the hell's going on here. Got it on run. Make sure which one is the one that's down. The left engine's down, right? So let's try to start it. Ooh. Oh, that's the problem. You're right. There's no fuel. You're right. Okay, thank you. But luckily, are we following the GPS, guys, here? We'll have to get there in one engine. I'm fired. Yeah, thank you. Steve has such tolerance for my piloting. Yeah, I guess I didn't check that. It probably, I don't know, Diesel. I'll check when we get on the ground. I just want to fly this. I mean, I'll have to land it on one engine. It's going to be a brick, but we'll get to get it there on one engine. Control E, let me see if I can do that. Let me see. I don't know if there's a cross feed.
Kilo Juliet Echo Romeo traffic, Cessna November, Tree 28 Charlie Lima 11 miles west, 7,000 feet inbound to land, runway 27.
This is pressure. This is... There's the tanks. Fuel set fuel to cross feed from right to left tank. Okay. No, that's not what I want. Set fuel to cross feed from right to left tank. So if I go, I want to go. Wait. Yeah. Boom. Let's do that. Do I have to like do anything else? Oh. Oh no, I just killed the engine. Oh no. Well, you know what? I'm gonna land on one engine. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna land on one engine. Let's see what happens.
Autopilot.
Where's my airport? Shit. Okay, well, I just bashed my airport. Control E. All right, Control E. I just tried it. All right, well, I missed my airport, guys, so I'm gonna have to, I'm getting cockpit overload. You guys are making me nervous. See, this is why it's entertaining, right? All right, I'm gonna get this puppy in. You'll see. You watch me. You watch my smoke. I'll get it done. I'm hovering very close to the ground level here. Oh, come on. I'm not paying attention to you guys right now. I'm not watching chat, so you could try to confuse me. You can try to get me off my game, but it's not going to work. You'll see. You'll see me save this $27 million piece of gear. It might be a little bricky, but we will get her in. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You guys are feeding me all kinds of stuff, and I missed my landing. I could have easily been on the ground by now. If it wasn't for you guys. Thanks. Thanks for the encouragement. All right, I'm gonna have to.
Kilo Juliet Echo Romeo traffic, Cessna November 328 Charlie Lima 4 miles west, 5,400 feet inbound to land runway 27.
Now, if I was in VR, this would be a piece of cake.
Wind 270 at 3 knots.
500.
I can't see the runway. All right, well, we're gonna be a little short.
Landing time logged. Landed at
All right,
Kilo
come on.
Juliet Echo Romeo.
Oh!
Jerome CO. Flight aborted by aircraft crash.
That sucks. All right. Well, that was not easy, guys. Yeah, thank you. Everybody broke their neck on that one. I'm actually sweating right now. I'm actually, like, I have beads of sweat on my forehead. All right, let's see how much. Oh, geez. I'm probably. All right. Ready to fly. Yeah, this time I'm not doing that. I'm going to, let me go here, back to main menu. And we're going to do a little easier this time. That was a fail. Yeah, that was pretty bad, man. All right, so let's go to here. And we're going to go, all right, boom. And we're going to go boom. And we're going to go boom. And we're going to go Pinto. No. I need a little bit more room than that. Boom. And we're going to take off this way. It's a short runway, too. And we're going to transfer the, yeah, Jennifer Aniston is in the hospital, or dare I say, maybe she shuffled off to her her demise. You guys made me nervous, man. You flipped over and came back on my wheels. I don't know if you saw I had this takeoff in the TBM where I hit this bump on the runway, and the plane went up like vertical. Somehow I was able to like keep it going.
Golf, November Golf, traffic.
That's pretty cool. You did a flip and came back on your wheels. Hey, Bill, thank you for, wow, thanks very much for becoming a member there, Bill.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, roger. What's our vector, Victor?
And you get this famous "What's our vector, Victor" video. All right, let's get this on so we can see. All right, let's transfer. Okay, so this has fuel already, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. I got these jobs. Go to here. Now I'm going to have to transfer the fuel. All right, so let's do that. That makes things a little easier. Lesson learned, right? Check all your shit before you take off. But Bill, thanks for becoming a member. I really appreciate it. You see, you just wanted the broken neck emoji, so that next time I crash, you can hammer me with that, right? That's why you did it. All right, start tracking.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Okay, so now we got our zero gas. So let's go down to here. Right here? No. Here. No, here. Come on. Damn it. Damn it. Well, we're burning fuel. So basically, what do I do here? I just go, I want to transfer, set cross feed from right to left tank, which is what I want to do, right? This way. Boom, right? So all I do is leave that on, and now I should be able to use both engines? Let's see. I just started the engine. It's not coming on. Oh, it's not coming on. Okay. Do I have to do anything here? Close fuel shutoff valve? No, right? I'm just doing a cross-feed transfer, so it should just... Boosts are on. Maybe just do in the in OA next screen. Can you do that? How the hell you do that in OA? Oh. No, you can't do that because if I
Flight aborted
I know
by
what you're
user.
talking about, but if I go to here, because there's no FBO, I can't do anything with the gas. I can't do anything with fuel, right? Can I? No. See, there's no fuel at this so I can't do that. But it was a good thought. All right, so the question is, I guess crossfeed doesn't work. Is what we're saying here. So that means I'm gonna have to fly this plane.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Okay. Whew. So this doesn't work. I mean, I guess someone can't. I don't. There's no containers at this FBO. I tried that already. So the crossfeed doesn't work. I tried that. You can't. Okay, so here, let me just show you. Hold on. So let's go to OnAir, board flight.
Flight aborted by user.
Try the opposite feed. You never know with a Sobo. Let me just do this first. So if I go to this FBO, all right, what I did here is I tried to get a can of jet fuel, buy a container of jet fuel for like, let's say 50 gallons, and it wouldn't let me do it. Cannot buy jet fuel at this FBO. So that's a bummer, all right? Let me try the opposite feed. No. Doesn't work. So right now my only alternatives are someone brings me fuel, or because if I close the closed fuel shuttle valve, that's not what I want to do. I'm going to have to try to fly it on one engine. I'm going to try it one more time. See if I can make it happen. I don't think I have a choice here. I don't see those drop downs. I'm not sure what drop downs you're referring to. You'd have to get someone in VRA to register the fuel transfer. Yeah, I'm just going to try to fly it, guys. I'm just going to try to fly it. Let's go into OnAir. I'm just going to try to fly it. It's going to be, it may be another laugher, but we'll try it one more time. We'll try it one more time. Okay?
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
I'm going to go old school here. We're going to go 7,000 feet. Nav on. Flight director on. Nav on. I'm not going to use FLC. I'm just going to use vertical speed, and we're only going to go up. We're going to go up like 700 feet per minute, so we're not putting a lot of heat on the one engine. Yeah, get your popcorn ready. You could be there in 2 hours. Yeah, hello. All right. We're ready to go here. So we have, and the added benefit of having a short runway, which is great. So let's try it. Here we go. Let's get that engine spun up all the way it can. Here we go. Oh, it should be fun. I'm not watching chat this time because you guys made me all nervous. But see, now I know the problem, so I could try to work around it. All right, 70 knots ain't gonna cut it. We're gonna have to hopefully get a little bit more speed here. 100, me. It's not gonna cut it. 110. Get it up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Airborne time locked.
Stall. Don't sink. Stall. Stall.
Come on, get up.
Stall.
Okay, here we go. Okay, okay, okay. All right, let's do it nice and slow here. Let's get our autopilot on. Where's our autopilot? Autopilot on.
Twin Falls approach Cessna November 328 Charlie Lima is type Cessna C700 3 miles east of Kilo Golf November Golf. Request flight following.
Cessna November 328 Charlie Lima, Twin Falls approach. Squawk 2507.
Squawk 2507 Cessna 8 Charlie Lima.
Cessna 8 Charlie Lima radar contact 4 miles east of Kilo Golf November Golf 4,600 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
Copy Cessna 8 Charlie Lima.
Oh, I killed the landing gear. I killed the landing gear. I want to keep it around 200 knots here. Oh, what happened to my waypoint? Are you kidding me? The waypoint didn't freaking enter? Great. Great. Thank you very much, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Kilo Juliet Echo Romeo traffic Cessna November 328 Charlie Lima 11 miles northwest 5,500 feet inbound to land runway 9er.
The waypoint would have been really helpful. But this is a challenge, man.
Autopilot.
Come on. Where's my airport? Where's my airport? Is that my airport? That's my airport. Okay. Isn't that my airport?
Wind 270 at 3 knots.
500.
Kilo Juliet Echo Romeo traffic Cessna November
Not easy.
328 Charlie Lima is on final runway 9er to
This
land.
is not easy.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Come on, get down.
Landing time logged. Landed at Kilo Juliet Echo Romeo, Jerome CO.
Holy crap, that was not easy. Oh, man. That was not easy, man. That was not easy. Now I can get gas.
Engine off time logged. End of flight, registered in OnAir company.
Yeah, I don't care about no stinking ratings. But now I can get fuel. All right, let's check OnAir. Let's see. Reputation change. Not bad. I actually went up. I guess maybe I mean, I probably should have gotten a 10% pop on that. I landed on one friggin' engine. Don't you think? Don't you think? Hey, listen, don't I get like any applause for that? All right, now let's what am I? Why is this? Okay. Okay, cool. All right, so what did we want to do? Now we want to fly the Kingman. Okay. Yeah, let me All right, what am I All right, I'm just going to start the right engine. I got to have the APU on. Okay, what? All right, let me just do this. Hold on. All right, we'll deal with this crap later. Oh, you guys can't even see what the hell I'm doing because I have the on-air covered. All right, so let's go to jobs, and let's just maybe we'll get lucky here, and we'll find a flight to Kingman. Wouldn't that be cool? So we'll go to specific airport, KIGM. Wouldn't that be cool? Yes, no? Oh, look at that. Oh, but the problem is it's timed. So that means we can't do it right now. We can't do it until Wednesday. Okay? So that sucks. So now we're going to have to figure out how to get close to Kingman, KIGM. So that means probably like 180. It's 448 miles to Kingman, due south. All right? So that means let's go to from. We're going to go this, and this can carry 12 people. So we're going to go look for something that's due south, heading due south. All right, and it's 403 miles. Well, that could be a good one, but we don't know if they have fuel there. That's the problem. This is 298. This is 3 KBET. Let's see where KBET is. KBET. They have fuel there, good. Not a lot, but they've got some fuel there. And can we get anything out of there? Yeah, we can. All right, good. So let's go to KBET, I guess. Or we could just take a bigger, not worry about going to Kingman. You know, if you click on the jobs, it will show you on the map. Yeah, no, I understand that. I understand. Thank you, dude. Or we could just take a bigger job. But I want to go south, right? So I want to go south. So I guess the biggest one we can get that's going south is this one's going to Grand Canyon and then ends up at L37. That might be cool. That's close to Kingman. Grand Canyon Caverns. So let's see, that one goes. Let's just see what these guys got here. They got any gas there? Yep. There's a little tiny little airstrip. I don't like landing jets on airstrips. It's kind of a pain in the neck. All right, let's. Where the hell was that one that we found? That was. Yeah, that's like no money. $540. Temple Bar. Let's just see what kind of airport that is. Okay, that's a little strip too, and then no FBO services there. All right, might be an opportunity to create an FBO. Here's 201, but that's timed. Here's 211. That's going over here. We could do that. That's not too far. Because we're over here. Kingman's over here. We could do this one. 71 thou. We could fit all that on our plane. We can go to Bishop and then MMH, or MMH and then Bishop. Let's just make sure MMH has gas, which they do. And BIH, which they do. All right, I think that's optimum one right there. So let's do that. All right. We're gonna go MMH first, and then let's just take a look at this. We'll end up at BIH. So let's take that one. 71K. Boom. Oh, I guess I should have flown that for the. Hold on. Well, I'm just gonna fly it for my personal one. Doesn't matter. I can transfer the money later. All right, so we're going to do this. And we're going to take these two guys here. 330, it's like 400 miles. We're going to buy fuel from Jerome. Oh, so look at that. It's only 443 a gallon. That's a bargain. All right, so how much fuel can we pop in here? Finally getting some fuel in that left tank. Uh-oh. Oh, we can't put enough fuel in here. Damn it. Look at this. You can that sucks. That sucks. We can't carry 6,700 pounds. This plane, they have to fix this plane. It's ridiculous. That's why I fly the Challenger. All right, we're going to have to get rid of these jobs. Okay, so let's go to here. No, let's go to here. And let's get abandoned. Let's go back to here. Don't you love this? Here. All right, so we need to do like 5,000. Heading. That's not good. We already found out this one does a tiny little strip, right? This one. Another small strip. All right, that gets us closer. Where's that's Utah. Actually, it's pretty far away. It's a pain in the ass, man. Let's look down here and see what we got. Where's this guy taking us? 19K. KTVL. Trying to pick the right job. All right, now this one we should be able to do. That's going to bring us over here. I mean, we should be able to fly this one, right? Let's just check these. Let's close this one so we're focused on the right one. LOL. No gas. Ow, wow. That might be a good one to buy an FBO at. Why wouldn't this guy buy jet fuel? He only has 100 LL. Weird. Rule that out. Gab. Is that a winner? Yes, that's a winner. Decent airport. Length with 08 is 5,900 feet. So that's definitely that we want to land on 08 or 26. All right, so let's take that one. Boom. All right. Let's go here. It's 278 miles. We're just going to put man, you can't fit a lot of gas in this thing. They have to fix that. They really need to fix that. All right. But I think what's going to happen is once they fix that and they change this, I think the prices of this plane's going to go up. Next time you find a plane with one tank empty, you can just adjust the quantity in the start track screen. Oh. I didn't see how you could do that. It didn't give me that option. It had no FBO, so it didn't give you any fuel levels. I tried that. I tried that, unless I'm missing something. Next screen? What do you mean next screen, dude? Okay, go to here. Next screen. Here you can do it? Okay, Gab. All right, let's look at, while this is happening, let's go to, once it's done. I didn't know you could do that. All right, KGAB, we're going to go, oh, wonderful. It's a little dinky place. Okay. Well, I guess we get what we get. But we know we have to fly. We're going to fly at, what do we, 278, so we'll fly at 25K. Let's just do 25K. Once it's done, okay. While this is happening, let's do this. Let's go to, well, the flight plan should be in there, so let's go to here. We're going to do altitude at 25K. Check off auto set for fuel, then balance the fuel manually in the sim. Oh, as long as it's total match. Okay, I got you now. Thank you. So you do that in the auto check, or sorry, you check off auto set in the options, I guess you said, right? You're saying. See, all this is helpful for people who are dopey like me that can't figure this out. It's too lazy to read the manual. If this is even in the manual, probably not. But hey, listen, I'm proud that I landed it on one engine. Took me 2 chimes. On the OA screen, after you click Go Fly. Oh, okay. Well, I'll try to remember if I ever get in this situation again to do that. I'll make a note of that. Thank you. All right, we're almost loaded here. We're almost loaded here. I didn't get to talk about any of the stuff I wanted to talk about yet. Pardon me. I had spent the first exhilarating hour and a half of the stream trying to land this plane with one engine. I tell you, I was literally, my forehead had sweat on it. Literally, it's a simulator. Why is it taking so long to load this cargo? Yeah, try harder. Why? I mean, it's like the slowest people in the world. Come on, let's go. All right. All right. I'll remember that, Goldrick. Start tracking. I gotta start my other engine.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Hopefully I can do that. Let's see. Run. Yep, it's coming up. Now let's for grins check the flight plan. No, look, it doesn't have the waypoint in there. Oh, I have to actually, sorry, I have to redo this. So my select origin is K, J, E, R, right? Destination is K, this is going to be fun, G-A-B. We don't have a waypoint. There's no waypoint here. There's no waypoint to use. Let's look on this. See if there's any waypoint on here. To show me how the runway is situated. No. All right, so this is all going to be figure out as we go. Which I don't want to do. So I'm going to cancel this flight. Sorry, guys. I'm canceling this flight and doing a different one.
Flight aborted by user.
Because I don't have a waypoint to get me lined up with the airport, and I don't trust ATC. So let's go here. Hold on here. I got to unload this. All right, and we're going to find another flight. Oh, it's so fun. We should have probably just taken this first one for $5,400 instead of being greedy. All right, let's check out Mammoth. See, this is my fault because I didn't do my due diligence on the. Well, this is going to be interesting. This would be interesting. What's the best way to come into this airport? You got these rocks, you got this mountain here. This is probably the best approach here, right? I got a 7-mile approach there. We got this here, so we probably want to come around this, right? So we probably want to come like this. Pemke. This is better. This is better. All right, we're going to take that job. Even though it's only 1,600, we're taking that job. This is better. This is better. See, we can get a waypoint in there. And Kingman's somewhere around, I don't know, so pretty close by. Close enough. All right, so this is what we're going to... And we got a nice view of these mountains here. Which mountains? What mountains are these? John Muir Wilderness Area. Should be a nice view. We probably want to come... We don't want to cross there. We probably want to go like this. And we probably want to go like that. We'll do a little zigzagging. Why not, right? Why not? What about up here? Pretty clean out of this airport here, so. Okay, I think that's a plan. Or the other choice is to come like here. Take this one out of the mix. We're making a hard left here. Oh, sorry, hard right. We got 17 miles though there, so that's 17 miles there. So I like that action better. All right, cool. That's what we're gonna do. All right, so into OnAir. You guys still with me? What the hell's taking so long? Oh yeah, it's gonna take forever. What? What? Okay, cool. Gab I don't want. This one's the one I want. Okay, and we've got 448 of fuel. We have a little bit left in the tank, so let's go. Let's just. Oh, come on. Let's just go to 519. Yeah. Yeah, well, at least my other engine's running now. All right, so we're going to have to load that up. While that's loading up, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to get rid of this job. Flying this dopey airport that didn't have any waypoints. So it's only a $16,000 job, but at this point, it's just about getting in the air. Right? So, all right, well, that's loading up. Entertainment for everybody. Okay, while that's loading up, while it takes a half hour for that to load up, let's go do our destination's now going to be it's going to be Kilo Mike Hotel. Oh, I didn't spell that right. Kilo, Mike, Hotel, Mammoth, Yosemite. Oh, nice area to be. Enter. Now I need a few waypoints. So we're going to go start with Graft, Golf, Romeo, Alpha, Fox, Trot, Tango. And we're going to go with Nubic, N-U-B-I-C, Nubic. And then we're going to go with Pemke, P-E-M-K-E. Which one? They look exactly the same, bro. So just going to go with that one. Scroll down. And then one more waypoint, which is Echo Alpha Romeo. Okay. Why didn't that waypoint enter? Echo. Well, it's on Sky Vector. I don't think we need it though because Pemke gets us there. So I think we can do without this one anyway. So we're just gonna go boom. We'll have a 17-mile inbound into this runway. Should be interesting. Okay, so back. Well, just delete. All right. Okay, Pemke's our last one. So we're going Graft, Nubic, Pemke to Mammoth. Right? Good? Everything good? Boom. Okay, let's just go up to here. And let's go to OnAir. Get rid of this. Over here. In Sky Vector, you can bend the flight or land, add a waypoint. Yeah, I know. I know that. I know. Yes, you can basically pick any point, GPS point you want, but I want to be able to enter the waypoint into FS 2020. That's the whole idea. All right, so our destination is going to be K Mike Hotel. All right. Boom. It's a small little job, but we'll make a little bit of money. Start tracking.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
All right, should we fly VFR or should we trust ATC? I say we just fly VFR. All right, so I'm going to go. I'm going to go FLC. Let me go to here, and we're going to go manual. We're going to go to 220, 230, 230. Nav on. Flight director's on. Nav is on. FLC is on. Altitude set to 25K. And both engines are good and going. Flights are the props are set to. Flaps are set to take off. What am I missing? I like to set this to auto, just an arm, just so I know it's done. What am I missing? Am I missing anything? No, I think we're good. All right. Doesn't really matter which way we take off, so we're just going to go down the end here and spin around and get the hell out of here. All right. Here we go. This time on 2 engines. Thank you. That was a pretty wild landing. That was a pretty wild landing. All right, now we're going to have to negotiate. I tell you what, I'm going across the grass here. Ooh, this could be a mistake. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Look at this. Look how rough this taxiway is. Are you serious? You gotta be serious here? What? Look at this thing. And I did not know. I don't know if Diesel, you're still on. I did not know that this plane had differential steering. You must go through brake pads, major league on this thing. All right, we're lined up and ready to go. What do you say? Let's just check one last thing, just to make sure. Okay, so there's all our waypoints, right? So this is going to be our little fun when we get down to Mammoth. Now we're going to want to land at Mammoth. Mammoth's at 7135, so we want to be at 10,000 feet. Let's see, we can probably set our level to at our first waypoint, which is, well, where's Graph? Graph. Yeah, second waypoint, we want to be at 10,000 feet. And then we should be good from there. Yeah, but all planes do? Really? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm just very different. Like in X-plane, when you fly the Challenger, you don't need to use the brakes to turn it. You basically use the rudder pedals to turn the plane. And that's pretty realistic. The Challenger's pretty realistic. I don't know. Maybe I guess you're right. All right, in any event, let's get the hell out of here. Oh, sure. She comes off the ground easy on 2 engines. Doesn't
Airborne
she?
time locked.
Let's get the auto throttle on. Autopilot on.
Twin Falls approach Cessna November 328 Charlie Lima is type Cessna SC2 2 miles west of Kilo Juliet Echo Romeo. Request flight following.
Cessna November 328 Charlie Lima, Twin Falls approach.
Pretty aggressive climb there, isn't it?
Squawk 7043 Cessna 8 Charlie Lima.
That's an aggressive climb. Look at that.
Cessna 8 Charlie Lima radar contact 3 miles southwest of Kilo Juliet Echo Romeo 7,700
What's that
feet.
going at? Like 5,000 feet per minute?
Decimal 902.
That is an aggressive climb. Don't you think they have to fix that?
Copy Cessna 8 Charlie Lima.
I mean, in real life, does a plane rocket up like that?
Cessna 8 Charlie Lima contact Salt
I
Lake
don't think
Center on 118.05.
I think that's got to be wrong.
118.05
Hey, space.
for Cessna
Yeah, straight
8
to
Charlie
heaven.
Lima.
That's how the FLC
Salt Lake
works.
Center, Cessna November 328 Charlie Lima, 11,300 feet.
Look at that. It's like a rocket ship.
November 328 Charlie Lima, Salt Lake Center, continue to ground as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
And those engines are 100%. Kerbals, yeah. More boost is always good. Something wrong with that. There's something wrong with that. It shouldn't go like above like a 10-degree angle, I guess. Or just maybe 15-degree. Oh, I guess it is at a 15-degree right now. Seems like 10 degrees would be right. And this thing is just firing up. And you would think as you increase altitude, because you're only going up at 230, like it would lower the pitch, you know. Here it is coming down a little bit, I think. Yeah, they have to fix this shit. Just this not. It's not right. It's almost like you put the simulator in fast mode or something. Just once we get the plane stable, then we can. Listen, I learned how to fly on one engine today. It's kind of cool. I did remember to track the flight, right? Yes. All right, we're coming up to. Let's see how it levels off here. Let's do our auto throttle at. We're not going to fly fast today. Now, why is it going above? I had the speed set to 255. Why is it going to? Why is it? What? All right, auto throttle off.
Landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear.
Auto throttle.
Landing gear, landing gear.
I mean, I had the auto throttle on 255 and it's rocketing up.
Landing gear.
I don't want to go that fast. I want to go.
Landing gear, 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 landing gear.
Yeah, this is they need to fix so much in this plane, man. All right, come on. Now I don't want to go below 250. So you can't trust the auto throttle. Does this model O2 mean oxygen? I mean, it's pressure. Is that you mean if is it pressurized? I'm not following what you're asking me. Take 6, sorry. All right, so we're flying. I think that's a reasonable speed because I want to. We got 282 miles, and we've got 46 minutes to our destination. Okay, we'll have to watch that just to make sure, because I don't trust it. All right, let's talk about what we're going to talk about. So, yeah, so FS 2020, September 24th, development update. You might want to check this out, guys. I'll put the link in the description, or the description, the chat. If you want to check it out. They go into some stuff they're doing. Let's see. You could see all this stuff they're doing in Japan, I guess. Yeah, the 29th, exactly. A new patch comes out. But they go into here about, these are the top issues. Now, this is like really tiny. Like even if you make it big, like I can barely read it. Okay. But it's funny, like they say, Cessna Longitude performance issues improved in update 2. Okay. It still doesn't work. It doesn't. They didn't fix it. Anyway, so if you want to check this out, check it out. And this is the development roadmap. I think it's hard for me to read it. It's hard for me to read it, but I want to go back and check that out. But I thought you might want to check that out. So that's that. If you want to check that out, yeah, the 29th. So for those of you guys that are interested in HP Reverb, some really big news for HP Reverb that announced yesterday. I actually got an email last week that from the company I bought it from, Connections. Oh, I'll let you know that we've got your order and we're eagerly awaiting. Blah 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 blah. So, but some updates that they've made since the test systems came out that you see on YouTube is they're updating the lenses to reduce the ring reflections and improve clarity even more, which is cool. Apparently, they're changing the menu button on the controller so it's domed so that you can distinguish it between the other buttons, which is good. Yeah, so VR for FS 2020, the only update, really hasn't been any update. They're still saying fall. I haven't really heard any update. I guess I could look back on that. I'll look back on that that roadmap document. If you want to check that out, maybe it's something on there. The other thing is they're going to be including a mini DisplayPort adapter, the USB-C to USB-A adapter in every box. So if you're using a motherboard that doesn't have a USB-C connector, you don't have to worry about it. There's going to be an adapter in there, which is cool. That's great that they're doing that. The other thing, and a big thing, is that the engineering team, they found how to lower persistence, which is like that ghosting that people were talking about that it was doing, without lowering brightness, which is good, because apparently like this, the Reverb G2, pardon me, G2 is very, very bright. It's got great brightness and great colors. But apparently now it's going to require the power adapter, which comes with it, okay? So you'll have to plug that into the wall. So that's you know, I was never really keen on this power adapter thing, and I was hoping I could drive it off the USB-C port on my motherboard, but apparently it's not that big of a deal, so I'm not too worried about it. But those are some really good updates. Now, apparently, as far as shipping goes, they're saying that the pre-orders that have already come in are going to ship in early November. Hopefully that means like first week in November. And if you order today or beyond, like after September 24th, which is 2 days ago actually, you're going to start receiving yours like in early December. So the pre-order people, like me and anybody else who's pre-ordered, are going to start seeing their units show up in early November, which is really cool. So awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. It's you know, people are really looking and excited about what's going on here. And one of the things that has come up a lot on social media has been this discussion by people as to whether or not they should abandon their Reverb order and order a Oculus Quest. Now, I would say no for two reasons. The first one's an obvious reason. Get your Reverb G2, and if you don't want it, sell it on eBay, because they're going to be at a premium for quite some time, right? So you might want to check that out. Yeah, we're going to talk about the 3090 in a second.
Cessna Charlie Lima, contact Salt Lake Center
Yeah,
on 132.25.
Yeah, take 6
Going to 132.25
Absolutely,
Cessna 8
they're going
Charlie
to
Lima.
they're going to make a difference. We'll talk about that.
Salt
But
Lake Center, Cessna November 328 Charlie Lima flight level 250.
Any-
Cessna November 328 Charlie Lima Salt Lake Center, continue to craft as
interrupted
planned.
by ATC. So basically, yeah, they'll definitely make a difference, and we'll talk more about that in a second. But so the good news is, yeah, so I would not sell it. I would not cancel your order. If you get your early, your Reverb 2 in November, and you decide you don't want it and you want to go with a Quest 2, which we're going to talk about that in a second, why you shouldn't do that, just sell your Reverb 2. You probably get it for a premium. Sell it for a premium. But don't cancel your order, all right? Let's talk about the Quest 2. So this is the question, right? And I actually took some time to put a little slide together here, all right? So that all the facts could be in one place, okay? Quest 2 versus the HP Reverb 2, because you see it all over social media, even the VR Aviators group. Some folks are posting, oh, the Quest 2, why use a Reverb 2? The Quest 2 is going to, I actually saw one post that said the Quest 2 is going to obsolete PC VR, which is a complete crock, okay? And here's why. First of all, the Quest 2, you wouldn't want to really buy below the 256 version, okay? Let's face it. Because if you bought the 64 gig version, in 6 months you're going to say, geez, I should have bought the 256 version, all right? So that's number one. So $400 for the base unit, right? $399, $400. The link cable costs you another $100. It may be $85, $90. I think it's $100. I'm not quite sure. You're up to $500. Now, and apparently the head strap that comes with the Quest 2 is garbage. So you have to use their Primo, Shimo, Mimo head strap for $50. So now you're up to $550 for a Quest 2. So price comparison between the Quest 2 and the H3 Reverb 2, which is $599, is a $40 difference. So basically, it's two $20 bills. I look at that as pricing on par. So the price question, there's no issue. There's no difference, right? There was a recent Upload VR review that said the Rift S has better resolution than the Q2. Better quality, better color, better clearness, okay, than the Q2. We all know that the Reverb 2 blows the Rift S away, okay? We've seen, if you guys have seen through the lens comparisons of the early units and even the newer units, the newer Reverb 2s are going to be are upgraded, better clarity. So there's no comparison in the resolution and clarity between a Q2 and a Reverb 2. The other thing is the link cable uses a very clever compression that Oculus has developed, and I'm sure it's very clever, but it does lower the quality when you compress and decompress, and also compression adds latency, okay? So some people have noticed a little bit of latency when they use this link cable, right? I personally haven't used it. I'm going by what I've read and what I've looked. So that to me is a con, okay? A big con in my book is if you buy a Quest 2, you're forced to sign into your Facebook account to use it. Okay? You're forced to sign into your Facebook account. You shouldn't be forced to do anything, okay? The Quest 2 also requires that you adhere to Facebook's T's and C's, T's in terms of service, because you're signed into your Facebook account. Take 6, you can pre-order it. Just do a search on HP Reverb G2 on Google and go to the main HP page, and they have links to where you can pre-order it. But you can pre-order it now. Yes, exactly. The whole Facebook thing. To me, that's a non-starter for me. Okay. Philosophically, I've been an Oculus person for 4 years. I've had a CV1 for 4 years. Okay, I like the CV1 a lot. It's blurry. It's got screen door effect, but aside from that, it's a really nice device. This is Palmer Luckey's Oculus. It's not Mark Zuckerberg's Oculus. Oculus is now Facebook Oculus. Okay, Palmer Luckey's not there anymore. Okay, I always want to call him Lucky Palmer because I guess because he was lucky enough to be involved with VR. I don't know, whatever. It's like a Freudian slip. For them to basically, what they're basically doing is they're making another mobile device into a data grab. Okay, so like personally, I don't have a Facebook app on any devices. I don't have it on my phone. I don't have it on my iPad. When I go into Facebook, I use a browser. I use a browser to do it. Okay, and I'm deleting cache quite often, and history quite often. Okay, I don't want Facebook knowing my location or tapping into my mic or all the other things that they can do with their application. Which, by the way, on the new iOS 14 is a really cool feature where it'll show a little dot up by where it shows you your network status. It'll show you a little dot if your mic is on or your camera's on, which is actually pretty cool. So that whole thing about having to use Facebook with the Quest 2 is a non-starter. So, but let's get back to the technical. So the Q2, I wrote Q2, Quest 2, it's a single panel display, and it's lower res than the HP Reverb 2. HP Reverb has two 2K panels, okay? Per eye, Q2 is 1832 by 1920. And the Reverb 2 is 2160 by 2160. There's a difference in resolution, okay? Higher resolution. Another stickler for me is the IPD adjustment on the Q2, and that's the interpupil displacement. I forget. It basically means the distance between your pupils, okay? And VR you have to have that adjusted properly to find the sweet spot so everything looks perfectly in 3D when you're using VR. And most VR headsets have an adjustment. On the Oculus Rift, it's a manual adjustment. On the Rift CV1. The Rift S is a software adjustment, which a lot of people complained about. The Reverb 2 has a physical knob like the Rift CV1 does. But the Q2, you actually have to physically move the lenses to adjust the IPD. Okay, so that to me that presents a couple problems. First of all, they're saying that if you have a wider IPD like me, okay, I think wider than like 68, it reduces the field of view. That's a problem, okay? So if you got a wide head, wide eyes, you're going to have less field of view. The other thing is you got to put your fingers on those lenses. Now, I would recommend if you're going to do that, use rubber gloves because you don't want to touch the lenses. And the other thing, I don't understand the mechanics of how you're going to do that. Or the logistics, I should say. So what are you going to do? Like adjust it, take the headset off, adjust it, put it back on, see if it's right, and then take the headset off and adjust it again, and keep doing that until it doesn't. It's like doesn't make any sense. But I think they don't have a choice because it's one panel, right? It's not a two-panel design. So that IPD mechanism to me is a pain in the ass, and it also causes problems if you have wider eyes, right? Another big one is the Quest 2 is 72 hertz. The frame refresh rate is 72, right? G2 is 90. I don't have a big head, but I think my IPD is like 69, so it's on the edge of this. I have it written down somewhere because I tested it, but for people with big heads, it's a problem, right? So the refresh rate is an issue. Now, Oculus or Facebook has said that the Q2 is eventually going to have 90 frames per second. I guess they're going to do that in software. I guess the panel is capable of it, but they haven't gotten there yet with the software. You know, I don't know. Reverb 2 out of the box is 90 hertz. Now, why does that make a difference? Because the refresh rate in VR is very important to simulation illness. All right? When you drop below 80 frames per second or 80 hertz, some people start to experience motion sickness. I do. Like, it depends on what it is, but if it's like fast moving cars and stuff like that, like kart racing, if it goes below 90, like 85 or 80, I start to feel nauseous. 72, now Oculus is Facebook Oculus is very crafty about the software that they use. They have like ASW and all that. I'm not sure if this ASW, asynchronous space warp software, is in Q2, where it basically takes the image and makes it look like it's 90 frames per second, right? So they're usually very clever with their software, so I'm sure they're getting around that. But this could be an issue. Now, no one's done comparisons yet, but and you know, some of the reviews I've seen on the Q2 are positive, and that's fine for its application. And the one pro that really I have to admit to is that it's portable. You can use it without a cable. It's got a battery. It's charged. I think it's got like a 2-hour battery life. All right, before you have to charge it again. And apparently, if you're using the link cable, it charges the unit, but only if you got to be plugged in. I'm pretty sure you have to be plugged into a USB-C Gen 2 port, power to the port. Not a lot of motherboards have those. I mean, I'm fortunate to have one on my motherboard, but a lot of PC motherboards don't have those ports. So that means if you can't charge it, you have to basically every 2 hours take the thing off and put it back on, plug it into the wall and charge it. So it is not a replacement for the Reverb 2. It is not a replacement for the Reverb. The use case of the Reverb 2 is a PC-based VR headset. The Quest 2 is nowhere a replacement for that. So the answer to your question is, because to be honest with you, before I did the research and stuff, I thought about it too, and I said, hey, geez, should I cancel my order? And when I really started to dig into it, it was pretty quick to figure out that no, it made no sense to cancel the order. So anyway, for those of you that wanted to know about the differences, that's some information that you can take to the bank as far as making the decision. Now, some people may not care about the Facebook thing. To me, that's a non-starter. It's a non-starter. I have no interest in that. In fact, when I read that by 2023, all Oculus headsets will have to be signed into Facebook. Now, I have a CV1, Rift CV1. By that time, it's 2023. It's what, 3 years from now. That thing's going to be obsolete. But I don't want to ever be tied into that. So I'm basically moving out of the Oculus ecosystem and getting into the Windows mixed reality system, which I know isn't perfect, and I know it's got some issues, which I'm going to have to get used to. But I would rather do that than have to sign into Facebook and have a limited capability, right? Because basically, I'm hearing that the Rift S is going to require the same thing. That they discontinued that, but eventually they're going to require you to log into Facebook with that as well. So, in any event, that's my take on it. Any questions? I'll be happy to answer them. I'm probably going to go down as the basher of the Quest 2. I'm not bashing it. It's up to you. Personally, I have no interest in it. But anyway, so I hope that was helpful, guys. So let's talk about the 3090. Now, I was watching you could probably find this on YouTube. I happened to tune into EVGA, who's a maker of a third-party maker of graph. Thank you, Diesel. A third-party maker of graphics cards. They basically add their own cooling. And I actually have an EVGA 1080 Ti. I like the way they do their cooling. And they allow you to overclock the GPU. They had a stream the other day where they had a 3090 running FS 2020. 3090, $1,500 GPU running Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, so I watched it a little while, and people were like, "Oh, why aren't you showing the frame rate count?" Because there's this whole quest that people have for frame rate. Okay, don't get me started on that. But in any event, what was very noticeable was that even with a 3090, Microsoft Flight Simulator was demonstrating micro stuttering in the scenery. So when you looked out the window of the plane, you could see the scenery stuttering from time to time. Wasn't major league, wasn't like a washing machine or really bad stuttering, but you could see micro stuttering. And it wasn't like 1 or 2 times. It was pretty constant. And I'm sure that they had a pretty beefy CPU on that computer that they were using, the PC that they were using. At least 8, maybe 10 core, maybe 12 core, right? So for those who think that spending $1,500 on a 3090 is going to completely erase stuttering from FS 2020, you're gravely mistaken. Okay? There's a new, as I've said this before, but it bears repeating, so please don't, get discouraged with me for repeating this. There's a new bottleneck created as part of FS 2020, and that bottleneck is the internet and cloud-based scenery. Okay? Cloud-based scenery is the new bottleneck. Okay? You can't control it. So even with a powerful GPU like a 3090, you're still going to see microstuttering because FS 2020 has to go out to the internet to grab scenery from time to time to keep the scenery rolling for you. And we all suspect that their caching system needs work. Certainly their manual caching system needs work. You can't even access it anymore. It's so slow. Okay? The menu system, you can't even create a new manual. I mean, at least I can't. I don't know about you guys. But try creating a manual cache. And it's literally, you can't do it because the menu system is so poor. All right, I'm going to actually have to get back to quick looking here at my flight situation. I want to make sure I don't, I want to get down in time here. So we've got 22 minutes to the waypoint, 138 miles. I guess at about 100 miles, I'll start to descend down to 10,000 feet. At like 2,000 feet per minute, we could do that. Yeah, so all this, please don't think you need to spend $1,500. Now, if you're using an H3 Reverb 2, and I'm talking about in 2D now. This was a 2D example, not a 3D example, a 2D example. Now, if you're going to use an HP Reverb 2, you're going to fly in VR with a Valve Index or something like that, okay, where the displays are 2K or above. Remember, the Reverb 2's got 2 2K displays. That's a lot of graphics power. You're going to need a pretty beefy GPU to drive that, okay? 1080 Ti, or actually a 1080 is the entry level for the Reverb to run in high res. You can run it at lower res or like percentages of res, right? But if you want to run in full res, it's got to be a 1080 or above. My guess is it's going to be probably optimal. You're going to want higher than that. Burns 3,000 pounds of, yeah, they got the burn all wrong. First of all, the tanks are wrong. Okay, it should actually have more, allow you to put more fuel in it. Okay. Yeah, they have to. Microsoft has to fix it. So, any event, if you're going to use FS 2020 or X-Plane 11 or P3D or DCS, or whichever flight sim you fly, and you're going to use a higher res VR headset, then a 3080 or a 3090 or even a 3090 is going to benefit you because you're running, basically think of a headset as two high-res screens, right? Two 2K screens. That's what it is. So you're going to benefit on that. But you're still going to get micro-stuttering in Flight Simulator because that has nothing to do with the GPU. In most cases. Now, if you're running a 980, okay, or you're running a 1060, something like that, okay, you may get stuttering if you're trying to run an Ultra. I got a 1080 Ti, I'm running in 1080p, and I'm running in basically all Ultra, and I get, it's very smooth. Okay, aside from a couple times when the software starts to freak out, okay? But 99% of the time, or 95% of the time, it's smooth, okay? As you can see, let's go outside here. That's Ultra. 1080 Ti with a 4-core CPU, 1080 i7-6700. Okay. You don't need a 1080. You don't need a 3090 in 2D. That's a ridiculous overspend. You're better off going and buy yourself Reverb and start flying in VR. Okay. But in VR, a 3080 is going to benefit you because, again, you have the two high-res screens. But I guess the point of this discussion is that people aren't accustomed to or don't bring into the fact that this new idea of cloud-based scenery that Asobo and Microsoft have decided to implement in the sim creates a new bottleneck, right? It used to be bottlenecks for CPU, GPU, memory, okay, and disk space. There were 4 bottlenecks. Now there's an added one. And the added one is cloud-based scenery. I have almost a 600 megabit per second download on my cable modem service, which should be sufficiently fast. I still get stuttering from scenery loads because it's not just about the speed of your modem. All right, I'm going to set my altitude here at 10K. And we're going to use vertical speed because I don't trust the FLC. And we're going to go down, we'll go down to 1500. Bring the throttle back. Uh, 2K or 4K, I expect that when a person's budget is fine to raise or lower the quality by buying the best or the cheapest CPU, RAM, and GPU. Okay. Not quite sure what you're getting at. Oh, yes. In other words, focus on the things that, like this. Before you buy a 3090, make sure you have a 10-core CPU. Make sure you have 3600 megahertz per second RAM. Okay. Make sure you're using SSDs. Make sure those bottlenecks are out of the way before you get a 3090. If you're only totally interested in FS 2020, okay. MT get called to work and missed some of the VR headset info. Well, you can watch it on the replay, dude. It'll all be replayed. You can watch it again. Just check my YouTube channel. That's the beauty of these streams. If you want to go back and watch it, you can watch it. But I went through the whole information about the Quest versus the HP Reverb, if you want to check that out. So, pass the word, or when people ask, don't forget about this cloud-based scenery issue, because as I was getting at, 600 megabit per second down, like it's 550, 580 megabits per second is what I get. That doesn't mean that the packet from the server at Microsoft's Azure servers that are sending all this information out to the hundreds of thousands of people that are using this application, that those packets all arrive intact, in time, in sync, without latency, etc. The network is a whole beast by itself. And you're introducing that into the mix now. Before, when your scenery was all on your disk, okay, you didn't have to worry about any of that. Are hard disks still okay, or do you need solid-state drives for cloud scenery? I would say that, oh, what did I do here? Oh, I'm icing up? That's what it was. Or did auto throttle just come on? Okay, that was weird. So when you ice up, the throttle... So that's weird. So what happened was, I guess the speed gauge went out. So because of ice, I just turned the de-icer on for the pitot heat. And your throttle automatically revs up to 100%. That's weird. Why are you doing landing gear?
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Is auto throttle still on?
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
I didn't touch the throttle.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
The speed gauge went out. I didn't touch the throttle. It's not on auto throttle.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
And why?
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Now the throttle doesn't work.
Landing gear.
The throttle's not working.
Cessna 8 Charlie Lima, contact Oakland Center on 128.8.
Okay, yeah.
128.8 Cessna
I
8
had
Charlie
auto
Lima.
throttle on by mistake there.
Oakland Center, Cessna November 328
Anyway,
Charlie Lima, flight level 190.
So back to the hard disk question.
Cessna November
I would highly
328
recommend
Oakland Center.
SSDs for
Continue
your
climb.
operating system disk, your operating system drive, like so for Windows, like a 250 or 500 gigabyte SSD drive for that, and an M2 drive if you can put one on your motherboard. I would recommend hosting any flight sim software on the SSD. Absolutely. And as far as Microsoft Flight Simulator, yeah, so I would put it on. I would have it on SSD. So you probably want to have like a 1 terabyte SSD. Now I have X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator and whatever it is, Aerofly FS2, whatever it is, all on SSD. So yeah, it's going to help quite a bit. When I make the weather live, up the graphics, RAM increases. Yeah, I don't use the live weather. Yeah, if you're going to use live weather, you better have 32 gig. So I don't understand that, Alex. The throttle was, at 250, and the pitot heat went out, so the speed went out. I never touched the throttle. Why does it throttle up? Auto throttle wasn't on. To me, that doesn't make any sense. It's a physical throttle. It shouldn't move just because the pitot heat freezes up, unless I'm missing something. Anyway, so back to the discussion. So people have to realize that you've got this internet thing that adds a whole major thing into the potential of bottlenecks. But I think Asobo will eventually get caching right. If they get caching right, then they can make this thing work. I mean, I think it's a good philosophy in its early stages, because to do scenery right, you know, like let's say X-plane, let's say Laminar Research. I'm not saying they're doing this. I'm just giving an example, hypothetically. Let's say X-plane 12 comes out and it's going to use Google Earth. All right. Well, to do that, there's no way they could. I mean, Google Earth is all web-based, right? So you're not going to be able to store all that information unless you buy like a petabyte drive, which no one can afford, right? So they're going to have to go to the same type of philosophy, which is some sort of cloud-based architecture, which requires caching and compression and all that stuff. So it's very interesting, and I think it's really innovative. Just might take a little bit of time to get it. Mostly virtual aircraft may have the same thing as idle throttle depressions. Okay. All right. I didn't know that. You have your OS on SSD, but runs spacious because installing it. Yeah. Yeah, so I would recommend Take 6, like, buy a 1 terabyte if you can afford it. I mean, a 1 terabyte hard drive is like $150 or something like that. It's not that. Try to get a Samsung if you can, because I think they make the best. But yeah, get a 1 terabyte SSD and install it on your computer. And then I have Ortho for X-plane on a hard drive, on a fast hard drive. A WD Black 6 terabyte hard drive. So yeah, that's a good setup. Kira, how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Just rented this beauty, the Longitude, for the first flight. Yeah, it's much better than the TBM, right? You can make a lot of money with it, that's for sure. And it's going to be even better when they extend it a little bit, because it's supposed to carry, I think, more cargo and more fuel. So when Asobo figures out that they need to correct that, then it's going to be much better too. And I think, actually, this is my guess, but I don't think you'll be able to buy this plane in OnAir for $2.2 or $2.3 million when they fix it. It's going to be more, I think. But yeah, it's a great plane. It's a good plane. There's a few other really good ones too. Like I'm starting to like the King Air 350. I was flying that the other day in FS 2020. Although the MFD went blank on me, which was really weird. But I like that 350 because it's like 15 passengers. Doesn't have a lot of cargo air with space, which to me is strange, because if you could fit 15 passengers at 190, let's just call it 200 a pound, right? That's 3,000 pounds. So you should be, I don't know, you should be able to add that into cargo. I don't know. But I kind of like that plane. It's kind of a cool plane to fly. You switch from the Caravan. Yeah, the Caravan's good, but it's slower, and it doesn't really earn you the money, you know. Flight, the total amount, or so much to start. Yeah. Yeah, well, how do you like Thunder? I think Thunder's really cool. So, by the way, when we land here, we got a little bit of ways to go, but when we land, I'm going to be giving away a 1-month subscription to OnAir. So that should be cool. All right, let's just take a look outside this beast. Ultra running in 1080p. I think that looks just as good as the 590. You ready to win, Jay? Okay, good. Good. It's going to be a trivia question. It's going to be, how many times did it take BAM to land the Longitude on one engine? No, that's not going to be it. I can't believe I crashed. Oh, well. I destroyed my OnAir reputation. See, I should have aborted the flight before I crashed. That's a trick. I'll tell you what, though, Kira. I'm not sure if you have X-Plane, but for those of you who fly X-Plane, including bounces, yeah, there was a few. That was kind of interesting. I'm going to go back and watch that one. If you fly X-Plane, get yourself the Challenger 300. It's like $35 if you don't already own it. And fly that in OnAir, because that one will make you a lot of money. It's fast. It can fly into smaller airports. And it carries about 10,000 pounds, like 500 miles, maybe more, 600 or 700 miles. So you can make, I mean, I was flying jobs, like a $500,000 jobs, $400,000 jobs that are like multi-hop. But that is the way, that's how I earned, I think so far I've earned about 4.5 million in OnAir somewhere. Well, actually more than that. Let's see, probably about 4.5 million. And most of that was on the back of the Challenger. Most of that was on the back of the Challenger. So, and it's a great jet, Mouse. It's a great jet to fly in X-Plane. It really is. It's one of my favorite. There's two of my favorite. Well, I have three favorite planes in X-Plane. The Torque Sim SR-22. Oh, that's an awesome plane. The Aerobasque DA-62, another great plane, and the Challenger. Those are great planes. Caravan was a huge jump compared to the the Baron, the Longitude is a huge jump. Yeah, absolutely, and you just keep making those jumps. D-Den, I'll post the thing in here. Explain Challenger 300. When you get the Captain's Edition, it's $35. Here it is. You should pay me to. It's a great plane. I love it. It's a great plane. You got to learn how to use the FMS and stuff, but it's not that hard. But I've actually flown it a few times. You can check back a stream or two. I did it. I flew with it. And I'll fly it again on stream too. Same with FS Economy. That plane right there made most of my FS Economy money too. That got me going in FS Economy. You know, FS Economy, when you're flying like $25,000 flights, that's a lot of money in FS Economy. $30,000 flights, and you can do that in that plane. Wish you could buy a Baron separately. Oh, I see what you're saying. The Baron doesn't come with the basic package? I didn't know that. Your company on Thunder is Kier J. If you want. All right, cool. Oh, you're a VATSIM controller, Kira? That's awesome. Yeah, I was looking into VATSIM because, needless to say, the ATC on FS Simulator is pretty terrible. And I used to use Pilot Edge quite a bit. All right, I'm gonna have to think about my flying here for a second. Give me 1 second. So I'm coming into Graft. Let's see. So Graft is get me at, what am I at, 10K? So I'm cool there. $7,100 is the airport. I actually could just stay at this altitude and I'll be fine. So I like to be at 3,000 so I can see the runway in 2D. So let's just do that. We don't have to do a damn thing. We just fly. Oh, you know what? Don't worry about it. Yeah, they don't bite. Yeah, Kara will tell you. People out there are fine. So here's what you can do, Mouse. I'm going to give you a Pilot Edge subscription. Mouse, go to Pilot Edge's YouTube channel. They have just posted. They have this thing called CAT ratings, and they basically are exercises in how to talk with ATC. And they just recorded 10. The first CAT rating is like VFR, and then it goes to like basic communications with ATC, from like, just letting them know your intentions to land, transversing a towered airport, stuff like that. And if you go through some of those videos, you'll get an understanding of how the basics of talking to ATC. It's not difficult. You just have to kind of get used to the language. Yeah, I'm not sure I would say if it's a joke. VATSIM is definitely large. There's another one coming up called PostCon. I don't know if you heard about PostCon. But that's another one that's coming up that apparently is free to start. I'm not sure if it's going to be free forever. But yeah, I mean, I like VATSIM, the idea of VATSIM. I think it's a good idea. But Pilot Edge has a big following, that's for sure. And I really enjoyed Pilot Edge when I was on it. I just didn't use it enough to justify the $20 a month, Yeah, to be a tower controller, you gotta. Yes, that's really cool that you do that. Now, did you have desire, Kira, to be a traffic controller in real life? Is that why you did it, or because it's a great place to, if you ever wanted to be a traffic controller, it's a great place to practice that, Yeah, I've been looking at. Someone mentioned POSCON on the stream last time, and I checked into it.
Charlie Lima contact Oakland Center on ONA 25.75.
And it apparently got very smooth multiplayer. Now, I used to use Pilot Edge for multiplayer because they basically have that.
Oakland
But
Center, Cessna November
I'm going to look into
Charlie
POSCON.
Lima, 10,000 feet.
Just to have passionate hobby. Okay.
November 328 Charlie Lima, Oakland Center, continue to
That's cool. That's really cool that you do that.
Altimeter 29.902.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know what's cool is like, if you have a friend that you can fly with, you use like cockpit sharing, and then you can have the person in the right seat handle the radios and all the ATC stuff, so you can sort of like take that burden off the pilot, Yeah, so we're coming into Graft. We've got a little bit of ways here. We're going to have 38 miles from Graft to Nubik, and then we'll start setting up for our landing. Yeah, I looked at Pilot to ATC. It looks very interesting, but I just think I want to move towards like talking to a human, because it just seems to me that it's more realistic. In VR, it's much easier. I know there's voice recognition in Pilot to ATC, and it looks very good, and it looks reasonable. $60 to buy it. It looks reasonable. Yeah, I like the idea of having cockpit sharing and having the person in the right seat handling the radios. I think that's a really cool idea. And you could take turns, you could flip it around. So we got a few minutes here. I wanted to talk about some very cool thing I found. We have a few minutes here, right? Yeah. Very cool thing I found. I don't know if any of you guys use Ring. I don't use Ring for my security. I use ADT, old-fashioned security. But Ring has come up with this security camera that's an autonomous drone. So this thing basically sits in its base, and if there's a alert, it'll fly through the house to where the alert is. And you gotta watch this video. I'm gonna just put this on here. Hopefully I won't get. Well, if I put this on, I'll probably get a copyright strike. I don't want to do that. But watch this video from Ring. It's on YouTube. Just type in next level autonomy flying indoor security. This thing takes off from its platform and goes to where the trouble is. This is, I mean, it's pretty sick, man. Is this talking about? Oh, that's Verge. Okay, that's just, yeah, it's. I saw this, I was like, wow, that's like a leap, right? The autonomous drone thing. Can you add weapons? Yeah, exactly. Hey, John, how you doing? It is neat, right? It is neat. Although, like, what I'm worried about is, like, if you're, like, sleeping and in the middle of the night and some crazy operator at Ring decides, oh, let me go fly around this person's mansion. Let's see. Leo DiCaprio has Ring. Jeez, I didn't know that. Let's go check out his mansion and, like, assume control of the drone camera and fly around. Right? I mean, I don't know. Could that be possible? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think it can open doors. But I think it could certainly. It's autonomous, so it knows. It has to, I guess it has to learn the layout of your house, right? So it'll learn the layout of your house, and then return back to its base. It's like when I was a kid, you would never even imagine that, you know. I just wanted to show you guys that. I thought that was pretty cool. So also, if you are interested in OnAir, check out the OnAir Airline Managers user group on Facebook. We got 77 members. I started this like 2 weeks ago. We already have 77 members. It's growing every day. Just a place for people that are using OnAir to chat, aside from Discord. Some people like Facebook more than Discord. Check it out. Very simple. Just have to answer a couple questions so I make sure that you're not a robot, right? You're not a bot, or you're not trying to come in to spam people. But check it out, and you know, if you're interested, you know, please sign up. All right. Telecommuting to the next level. Yeah. It's bizarre. I mean, think about it. Like, if I'm streaming, right? Why can't I have a drone camera that I can control? Because I use this thing called Stream Deck from Elgato, right? To, like, switch between scenes and stuff. Why can't I have a little drone camera that's flying around my room, right? That will position the camera wherever I want. It would just hover there, you know? That'd be pretty cool. A autonomous drone webcam. So you could basically set it up for, like, you know, to basically move around and show different perspectives, right? OnAir is great. With FSC, just spamming airports, trying to decide, piece together. Yeah, you know, FSC has its thing. I mean, it's a simpler system, you know. It is a simpler system. But I like it. I do like it. I still like it. I have a pretty large group on there, and I like flying FSC, but OnAir is definitely more challenging, and there's more thought to it. There's some things that are annoying about it. Okay? Got to be honest. There's some things that are annoying about it. Like the fact that I'm not sure if they fixed this yet. I think they did. Like if you I guess do I have my no. If you're at one point, I'm not sure if they fixed it or not, a manager could fire a founder of a virtual airline. Well, that's not good. That's not good, right? So, and there's a bunch of other things. Like I mentioned the thing about the rentals, and there's a few other things that I think they just need to fix, you know. But FSC, it's a different kind of animal, you know. Yeah, it's a work in progress, and they do listen. They've got a lot, you know. They had a major influx of members with FS 2020 coming online. I think I mean, they just like FS Economy did. But I'm sure they've been inundated with things to fix. But yeah, they do listen, and they're making changes, and I'm lucky to be a partner with them, which is kind of cool. So. Yeah, I get a little bit of information here and there that sometimes I can share and stuff like that. So they're really trying to build a community, which I think is great. All right, so we're getting to Nubik, getting pretty close there. Hey, Gold Rake. You know, I've been thinking about that. I'm trying to take it slow, and now that I'm getting more of a handle on it, see, the problem is like I have to create jobs all the time, so I got to make sure I can find time to do that. And I was thinking about bringing on a couple of pilots, yeah, you know, maybe 2 or 3 pilots, you know, and paying like a 65 or 70% pilot share. You know, asking the pilots to make sure they don't use VA-owned planes for private jobs, because I think that's a hole in the system right now. Because what happens then is you get paid for the job, or I think the VA covers the rent and stuff and doesn't get a percentage on it. There's some things there. So like, you know, if the rule would be if you use a VA plane, you use it for a VA job. That would be kind of like this hard, fast rule. And the other one would be to try to return the plane back to its home, which is going to be Kingman, right? So, I mean, you could use it for, you know, whatever time you want, but when you're done using it, bring it back to Kingman, you know? And the other one would be to ask pilots to always try to fly profitable flights, right? Keep in mind how much fuel you're going to use. Keep in mind that the virtual airline is only going to be getting like a 30% cut. Because what happens is if you don't manage that right, then the VA kind of loses money. And there's not a lot of safeguards in there. So these are the things that are worrisome, if you will. It's not that, I mean, we're dealing with virtual money, so it's not like I'm too worried. It's not, you know, but it's just like the aggravation or the burden it puts on everybody else involved kind of thing. But I think if we, 3 or 4, you know, 2 or 3 folks that are cool with all that, I think we're probably getting close to doing that. Eventually, I'd like to have someone come on, or maybe 2 people come on to be managers to help manage, pulling the jobs, you know, tagging the jobs for the group, and making sure the planes are, you know, okay and all that. But until they, you know, it's not that I don't trust you guys. It's not a thing of trust. Well, I guess it is, but it's not like I don't know anybody, so I'm worried that the good people will come in, and if for some reason we let one person in that wants to kind of like disrupt stuff, they could do a lot of damage. So that's what I'm kind of worried about, you know. Because like I said, I mean, I know it's virtual money, but I've put $4 million virtual dollars, or $4.5 million of my own that I earned in a lot of time into the VA already. So I want to make sure that that work that I did to do that doesn't get harmed, if you will. So long answer to your short question. Yeah, I was planning on doing that. I was planning on doing interviews. Yeah. I was planning on doing interviews. I'm sort of like resolving my fact. See, I'm resigning myself to the fact that it takes dedication, and it takes, you know, you've got to get involved like that, you know. But I may do interviews, or I may just have like an application, Just have an application like on my Google Drive that you fill out an application and then you know, have some things that people agree to, and you know, etc. And maybe ask. I was thinking maybe asking pilots to put up like a bond, you know, that they would get back after like 30 days or something like that, you know. 30,000 miles, dude. Sorry, 3,000 miles. 3,000 miles. So you can, like I was saying, I was putting like 10,000 pounds and flying at like 600 miles. So you can, you know, you can do like $100,000 jobs easily. Like one stop, 100,000 jobs with the $100,000 jobs with that plane. What? Where the hell is this plane going? What? What just happened? This thing just had a mind of its own. Look where it's going.
Autopilot.
Look what happened. It's going to some waypoint. 001009? What the hell is that? So now I'm basically hand flying. Maybe. Let me get this stabilized, and I mean at this point I'm just gonna land. I don't know, maybe, I don't think I know there was one I deleted. Let's go heading, altitude, autopilot on, heading. Okay. All right, let's look at something here. Pemke. What the hell? Yeah, exactly. Premium deluxe aircraft that can't follow the friggin' waypoint. It just pulled a waypoint out of its butt. That's why you can't trust the autopilot. That's ridiculous right there, bro. And actually, I'm kind of low here. I need to get up here in altitude, because at this altitude, the airport is at 7,100 feet, and in 2D, I need at least 3,000 feet to be able to see shit. So we're gonna head her up. Yeah, I know, but you know something, dude? You're not missing much, because that plane is not great. That plane's not great. You're not missing much.
Kilo Mike Hotel, traffic Cessna November, 328 Charlie Lima, 11 miles east, 8,800 feet inbound to land, runway 9er.
Yeah, you know, to me it's kind of messed up. Like, you shouldn't. I think that's my airport right there.
Autopilot.
It's my airport right there. I know I'm putting my flaps on too early. Oh well. That thing just took. That plane just took an about face to some unknown coordinate that it pulled out of its butt. Where the hell did that come from? That was terrible. Our gear is down. Flaps are full. This time we're landing with 2 engines, guys, so this should be a little better. I won't break, hopefully I won't break anybody's neck. You see what I mean, though? I really need to be elevated to see the runway in 2D. 3D, I could actually lift my head up and look, you know, in VR, but in 2D, it's just really hard to see. And I don't know about you, but, you know, from a distance, that runway looks really crappy. I think X-Plane actually looks better for the non-Orbix airports. I think we can get down about 125 here. But
Wind 270 at 3 knots.
500.
You never know. Sometimes it wants to stall at 135. Sometimes it doesn't. You never know with this thing. It's just like, it's inconsistent. I just kind of come in like an angle like this and then flare.
Stall.
Landing time
Shit.
logged. Landed at Kilo Mike Hotel, Mammoth, Yosemite.
Stall.
Airborne again.
Give me a break,
Landing
dude.
time
This thing's
logged.
like landing a fucking brick.
Landed at Kilo
Sorry.
Mike Hotel, Mammoth,
Sorry.
Yosemite.
Beep. Let me tell you something. You land the Challenger in VR, I can land that like butter every single time. Every single time. This plane, it really looks good. The cockpit's cool. It's great eye candy. It's great for OnAir because you can make money with it, but it flies like a washing machine, man. Oh well. Yeah, butter. Not. That was pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, sounds like jazz. Yeah, I mean, if you're, the TBM's going to give you more passengers, I would actually say, yeah, I didn't lose my landing gear. I'm sure the maintenance guy's going to be like, what the hell did you do with that plane? By the way, I have my brake on, trying to make that turn, so the differential braking doesn't work either. Differential steering. So, hey, sounds like jazz. I have a suggestion for you, dude. Assuming you're a dude, sorry. Don't overlook the DA62 instead of the TBM. Now, I know the TBM's cool and flies faster, okay? It's got a really cool cockpit, okay? But, oh, this is my guy right here. Thanks, dude. I should snap a picture of that. That would actually be a really good... Ooh, you know what? Is that a great idea? I'm going to take... You guys can't see this, but I'm going to take a little picture of this, because I'm going to make this guy an emoji. That'd be a really cool emoji. Marshall emoji. This little dude right here. This dude right here. All right, so let's get the parking brake on. We got to power down. So let's go to, where is it? Here, open a guard, stop.
Engine off, time logged. End of flight, registered in OnAir company.
And we got to turn everything off. So we're going to go, let's see, off. Why did it do that? I never had that happen before. Did you ever have that happen before? Where it just ejects you out of the cockpit? Okay, let's try continue. See what that does. Oh, it gets you back into the cockpit. That doesn't work. I never had that happen before. Anyway, so let's go check on OnAir here. Why isn't OnAir? Why can't you guys see OnAir? There you go. That's the first time I happened. I guess I never do that. Okay. I always do like quick shuts and quick starts. So we are in MMH now, and eventually we're going to get to Kingman, but we're not going to do it right now. Eventually we'll get this plane back to Kingman, but right now we're unloading our cargo. But the good news is, if we go to the dashboard, is we did hopefully increase our... Well, what's nice is I didn't have to put a bond down or pay any... I shouldn't have paid any rent on this plane because I'm part of the VA. Although I did fly for myself, so what happens here is I get the income. Okay, VA pay for delivered cargo. I get paid from the VA. So let's go into VA and see what happens there. So let's just check out this here dashboard. Oh wait, no, let's go to this. And let's just see what happened here. So we paid the landing, the VA paid the landing fee, VA paid the jet fuel. Okay. This was the previous flight, I guess. Yeah, so basically in that case, I flew a private job using a VA plane. The VA got screwed because I got $1,600, and the VA had to pay all the expenses. So that's why when you're a pilot, you have to commit that if you're going to use a VA plane, you have to use, you have to fly only VA jobs, because otherwise the VA gets screwed. Right? So that's basically it. All right, so I think now we're going to give away a subscription. What do you think? So let's do, you guys ready for this? We're going to do it right in the chat. Okay. Here are the 4 answers that you need to know. A, Condor. B, Eagle. C, Intrepid. And D, Falcon. Okay. That's the, those are the answers. Now, I think some people are watching this on the delay, so I'm just going to put the, I think to give everybody a fair chance, I'm going to paste the question into chat. So I think you guys would all, I think the way it works is you guys should all see this at the same time. I guess. I hope. I guess. Okay. So A, Condor, B, Eagle, C, Intrepid, D, Falcon. Answer with the letter that you think is the answer. And the question is, What is the name of the first spacecraft to land on the moon? Diesel. Diesel wins. Tranquility Base. The Eagle has landed. That's what Neil Armstrong said. Don't you remember that? Diesel, nice job. Nice job. All right, Diesel, I'll be, do me a favor, Diesel, in, just IM me on Discord, okay? And then I'll send you your subscription, key, all right? Just IM me on Discord. All right, guys. Well, I think that's gonna about do it for today. I really appreciate you guys checking out the stream and actually living through the one engine crash. Okay, well, that's fine. But yeah, so I appreciate you guys checking out the stream, and we're going to continue to build up the VA. If you're interested in being a pilot, just IM me on Discord, okay? So I know who you guys are. I know I've asked you to do this before, but just do it again. Let me know if you're interested in being a pilot, okay? Recognize that I'm probably going to have like an application I'm going to ask you guys to fill out, okay, and send me. And I may do an interview, okay? We'll see, okay? And then we'll take it from there. We made 14K while watching you stream today. Nice. Nice. All right, guys. Well, listen, I really appreciate you guys checking things out today. And I will be back definitely on Tuesday. May see me tomorrow, but probably not. I'll probably be back on Tuesday. Probably going to do some FS Economy next. We'll see. But I'll tell you my next goal for the virtual airline is to buy a Challenger. That's going to be expensive. It's like $5 million. All right. But that's the next goal, to buy a Challenger. Because I'm not sure the FBO game yet it makes a lot of sense. I'm not sure if that makes a lot of sense yet. So I've got to figure that out to see if it's worth like spending the money on the FBOs or buying planes, you know? Because my thought is you could have like planes that the VA can use, VA pods can use, and then other planes that are just pure rentals. You just put them out and just let people rent them forever. Whatever they do with them, you know. Anyway, guys, listen, thanks a lot for checking out the stream, and thanks for subscribing there, dude. Sounds like jazz. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate that. If you haven't hit the like button on this video, please just scroll down and hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so that you get notifications of what's going on and when I'm streaming and when I'm posting videos. Thanks, guys. Have a great rest of the Saturday, and we'll talk soon. Take care, Gold Rig. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.